This is not just some opinion. This isn't theology. There is science attached to it. Explain it.
Okay, great. So this was the first piece of research I did, is to develop a measure and then study 42 CEOs, 210 members of the staff, and control for emotional intelligence. So when you're studying something, a new concept, a new construct, you want to know that it's adding something above and beyond what we already know. And, 40 years ago, whenever the concept of emotional intelligence came in the forefront, which was 1990, two academicians, Salovey and Meyer, they defined this thing called emotional intelligence, and got popularized by Daniel Goleman in his book, Emotional Intelligence. Up until then, we thought that there was a dichotomy between emotion and reason. And if I asked you, oh, do you know some emotional people in your life? You'll think, oh, I'm not sure that's a very positive characteristic of someone, that they're emotional. It could be overly dramatic, they're intense, etc. They're out of control. But when we say emotionally intelligent, that's a very different thing. We're bringing reason and emotion together, and that supports our functioning. So spiritual intelligence, what I was trying to say is I was trying to control for emotional intelligence. So I was having these leaders measure both their emotional intelligence as well as their personality, because we know that people that are extroverted and are conscientious are more effective leaders. So I had to control for all of those things to show that spiritual intelligence adds something above and beyond that. So if I'm going to get a little nerdy here and talk with you, talk dirty, emotional intelligence explained 41% of the variance in the leadership effectiveness outcome in terms of team commitment, morale, turnover, and so on. Spiritual intelligence on its own explained 46% of the variance, which means it had a bigger effect on its own. And combined, they explained 67%. So they had a multiplicative synergistic effect, which says that they are complementary things. Now, since then, there's been a ton of research by others who've taken my instrument and measure of spiritual intelligence and applied it across other domains. And there's been studies that show that leaders with higher spiritual intelligence produce better financial results for their business units. So, this pays into the bottom line. There's been studies that show that banks, where the average employee level of spiritual intelligence is higher, they produce better ROI, better return on their assets. This is besides all the mental health benefits of greater satisfaction with life, better quality of life, better resilience, better mental health,